What is going on, everyone? Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to another edition of Motivation Theory Run Club. I think we're at lap 20 now. 20. It's amazing. Amazing I can find the time to get these in, but they are definitely worth it. It's good to see you. How's everyone doing today? We actually shockingly have some sun. Shockingly have some sun today. So we can get some text now. It's been really rainy the last 2 days, and today it's been, other than the rain this morning, it's been pretty humid and sunny out. So, but I think we are going to get some of the remnants, or at least part of the hurricane that's heading up the coast. So, not looking forward to that. That's not going to be fun. So let me go ahead and see who is here. What's going on, Frank? Frank says, yo, working. Might just be listening in. I hope you listen, Frank. You are free to listen in. Good to see you. Recycling on Wednesday. Hello, how are you? Man, it already feels like it's like Friday to me. I'm feeling already stressed. It's been it's been a long week already. What's going on, John? How are you? John says, hello, guys. So I'm going to give it a couple minutes here while people straggle in as the notifications go out. As you can see, I got my sweet Mizuno shirt they sent me. I don't have the shorts on that go with it that match it because it's almost too much, but they are some snazzy shorts. My wife says I'm too matchy-matchy when I wear them both, but I like wearing them both. I mean, I think it's a phenomenal ensemble. Phenomenal. And I got 2 new pairs of Mizuno shoes sent to me from Mizuno, so I'm going to show those today. Super excited about those. Can't wait to put some miles on them and review them. West Virginia running, Don. Good to see you, man. Don says, good evening, guys. How are you? It's good to see you in the live stream. Glad you could catch it, Don. Happy hour today. Happy hour today. I got no topic other than talking a little bit about a couple of different things. I don't have any major topics. So any topics you guys want to bring up, any questions you want to bring up, please feel free to. It would actually help me out. I'm winging it today. My truck broke down. How am I going to do? About 10 days ago. I was going to the landfill and my truck just cut off on me, completely lost power, everything. And I kind of coasted down this hill and pulled into this church parking lot. Thank goodness, because there were no shoulders where I was on the road. And pulled over. They towed it, and it took them a week to even really look at it. And then it took them like 3 days to get the part in. It needed a new computer. The computer completely went in the truck. So I had to replace that. There was $1,000 down the drain to fix the truck. And the worst part about it, well, I guess it's the worst part, but the truck is a 96 Dodge Ram 1500. It's an old 4x4 I just use for just beating around, going to the dump, picking things up. So it's just kind of the truck I work on when things go wrong, and I probably just paid 1/3 of what it's worth to get it fixed. But, I have a truck again. I had to go pick that up. Didn't even know if I was going to be able to go to the dump after it, which I was not able to. We call it the dump here at the landfill. It has a truck full of, it's got a bed full of this junk in the back. I didn't get a chance to get to the landfill and drop it off. So, yeah, exactly. Recycle on Wednesday. It's been a week. So, yeah, I got my truck back. Still need to take everything in the back to the landfill because I got more stuff. We've been redoing the children's bedroom, so not my oldest, my second oldest, her room we've completely gutted, repainted, all new furniture in it. The next one's Gracie's room. We're completely redoing her room. I have to go pick stuff up, but our garage is filled with the old stuff. I can't get rid of anything because the truck was down, so went to IKEA the other day to pick up her new bed and couldn't pick it up because it was like a 45-minute line to get into the store. It's been busy. Not fun stuff either. But I have been running. Frank said computers made vehicles worse. Yeah, I don't know a ton about vehicles. Now, I have learned a lot on YouTube, watching YouTube. I've worked on my truck. I replaced the radiator, the thermostat, the water pump in that truck. I've replaced a couple other major things on it myself, but I've had to look it all up, follow step by step. So I've learned a lot that way. And the reason I bought that truck is because it was older and I could work on it. And then something like the computer goes out in it. So luckily I got a computer that was already programmed in it, so I didn't have to pay, a dealership or something to reprogram it. So it could have been worse. Down $1,000 there. You win some, you lose some. So it's been an eventful last week and a half. It's been interesting, but bringing it back around to running. Last week was fantastic. I ran, I think, 30 miles. I ran 7 one day, 7 another, 6 another, and then 10. I was just kind of taking a break in between. I felt great every single run. So with the difference, how I felt before, and I wasn't feeling burnt out. I wasn't feeling overly tired. I wasn't feeling overtrained. I had a couple months of, or a couple weeks of like 51 miles, and I was trying to coast up to 70. And then I just got overwhelmed with all of the stress of everything going on, which I've talked about in the last stream. But where was I going with this? Oh, the runs that even though I was in the heat, my legs felt so rested. I just felt a lot better. My legs didn't feel tired. It was weird to run like that because I was feeling perpetually tired on every run. Not to the point where I shouldn't be running, but like it didn't feel like it did this past week. So taking the rest days in between my runs was good. It felt great. The 10-miler that I did Sunday felt good. Just taking it easy. I'm doing all these as easy runs. Not even working on any speed work at all right now. It felt good. It felt good. Let me show that. Let me catch up with some of the comments. Hey, welcome to the stream. Tasmania Running. Good to see you. Mickey, good to see you. Loney Jost Sr. What's up, guys? How does everyone deal with their significant others when being gone hours while running on the weekend? They say it's all good, but it's not. Oh, I can't wait to unpack that. I'll talk about that here in a second. Welcome, Liam. Good to see you. Frank, of course, is here. Frank said he signed up for a 24-hour fat ass in October. That'd be fun. That'll be fun. Like, I want to sign up for races so badly right now. It's just, I'm just torn. Recycle on Wednesday said, nice. That's so good to hear. Bennett Marks said, hey, John, what's good? What's going on, Bennett? Good to see you. Get up early before they do. So I'm thinking I'm going to be making a video here soon, kind of discussing time management and kind of dealing with what Lonnie Josh, it's hard for me. My mind gets switched up when I see that. And dealing with the significant other who doesn't run, especially when you're training and you're doing the long runs. The only way I figure that I can get around kind of feeling that guilt and putting myself in the situation that you're talking about is trying to get up early and do it. Hard part for me is I am not good at getting up in the morning. I stay up late because I'm usually editing and working on YouTube. I mean, last night I ended up being up till almost 2. I think I had some coffee late. I finished editing the video that I released today. So if you haven't seen the video that I released today, please go watch it. It's a good video. And if you know anybody who's battling knee problems or anything like that, I have a workout routine in that video. So after the stream, you can go check that out. And if you would, please share it. It's good information. So I was editing that, and so I was up late. So to turn around and get up super early in the morning would be difficult for me. But the only way that I think you can get around it is doing your workouts when it's not inconvenient for them. So if any of you follow me on Strava, you'll know that I run late a lot. Like I'll run midnight, 10 p.m., midnight, things like that. I run super late, and that is because I'm trying to kind of get around the core hours of my family. And I've done that for 10 years. There's part of me now that would love, in my perfect situation, I would get up at like 5 and I would run for 2 hours. I would do that every day. Just easy runs. I'd probably mix in some different workouts, but just get that done, then be done at 7 and have my whole day ahead of me. And I think I'm going to be doing a video kind of talking about that. I'm going to try it and kind of record and see how my results turn out. But that's the only way I can really think of doing it, unless you're a professional runner who gets paid to do that as your job. I just don't see any other way around it. Lonnie Josh said, Frank, the dogs wake her up as they go. Yeah, so yeah, that's tough if they're getting up and they're waking people up. But I mean, mine's more about taking time out of the day, with the job and family. And I feel super guilty doing that stuff during the day just because it takes time away. That's why I've always kind of done the extreme one super late extreme. I've never done the super early, but I need to get better at that. I just don't know how to balance that with YouTube and staying up late and doing the YouTube stuff. I really got to find a way to kind of balance all of this. And it's what I've battled for years. If you've watched this channel for a number of years, I've had this discussion for years and dealing with time management and balancing all of this stuff. So I have an added layer of complexity by doing YouTube. Frank said, take the dogs with you. Yeah, you could fix that. That would definitely fix stuff, but I think running with a dog would be difficult. At least running with my dog would be difficult. Wayne Mullen, welcome to the stream. Wayne says, I find if you do a list of jobs before a long run rolls around, my better half is much more accommodating. Yeah. So there you go. So if you start knocking stuff off the honey-do list, you can typically get a little bit more consideration there, getting your hall pass to get out. That's typically why I don't get out to the trails more, is because it takes more time to get out to the trails. I usually go out there if I'm on the trails. I run longer because I don't have the ability to go out there every single day. So I'll try to, at minimum, run for like an hour and a half to 2 hours minimum when I go out to the trails. So travel to and from, getting prepared to go out there takes up time. Coming home, showering, drying your gear out. So there's probably another hour on top of the running that it's just a lot of time. So it does help to have someone, your significant other, be understanding and compassionate and supportive of your passions. But it's a large ask, and I understand that. Tasmania Running said, give them jobs to do while you run. Courageous. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good way of getting hurt, I think that's a good way of getting hurt. Setting some chores while you're gone. Keep everyone busy. If you're just joining the stream, my name is John. This is Motivation Theory Run Club. This is kind of based around this YouTube channel and Strava. So if you're on Strava, please join us there also. If you're in here, please hit that thumbs up. See, we got 13 viewers right now, 6 likes. Let's try to get the thumbs up. Remember, YouTube loves the chat and the likes, and they help push this video out to more people. So I appreciate that. Tasmania Running, that's a good that's a good suggestion. I wouldn't advise it. Frank said, when I have a super big week coming up, I try to let the family know ahead of time so that they anticipate me not being there as much. Yeah, Frank, you do some big weeks. Like you just recently did 100. Well, how many miles? It was 160. I can't remember. I'm starting to forget who did what, but you usually do some pretty big weeks, and that's a huge time commitment. And so the only way that I can do that, so like even me doing 40 to 50 during just like non early or late hours is a huge time commitment and taking away from the family. So let me show. Liam, you're on Strava. Can you follow me? I can't, Liam. Yeah, just find the Motivation Theory Run Club on Strava and join there, and that's how people can find you. 160, yeah. See, my brain was tracking 160. So how many hours was that? Because that's a huge time commitment. I would love to be able to, like, it's pretty bad. Your runners, when you think about like what would be the coolest way, how many miles you could run. I would love to run over 100 miles. I'd love to be able to get up every day and just kind of take my time and just get out and do some long, slow runs, put in 3 or 4 hours every day just to go out to the trails. I would love that. Absolutely love it. It's just not doable. But I think you have a good point. I think if you prepare them, if you're going to have a big week like that it's probably best to get everyone super prepared for the time commitment there. So as I go up, so the only way that I think that I can probably get close to 100 is I would have to obviously do doubles, and the first run would have to be super early in the morning. And so I would love to get up right now. I really think I'd love to get up and run 6 to 10 every day in the morning. Who else, if you're in here, let me know if you run in the morning or at night predominantly. I'd like to see if we get a sample size if everyone does morning hours here or not. Let me go back and check some of these. Bennett said, "How was your anniversary?" My anniversary was good. I don't know if we went and did anything. Everything's just been a blur. It's been a blur. But we're married 19 years. We don't make a big to-do. We do like to typically go out together and spend some time together as man and wife without kids, and we don't get a ton of that anymore, and especially during the pandemic. We're not getting a ton of alone time to just kind of be with each other. That was the case now, especially we have a baby. I don't think we went anywhere. We haven't gone out to eat, so I know we didn't do that. So I think we just cooked some dinner and hung out, but it was nice. It's definitely nice. It's crazy that it's been 19 years. It just doesn't feel like that, but it's good. I'm proud of that, and it's been good. It's been a good marriage. So still trucking. Frank said, also, it's good to run when they are doing their shtick also, running during knitting club or Perry Mason or whatever. Yeah, it is good. So typically if I run on the treadmill, like if my wife's going to go out shopping or something, but since the baby's here now, I try to give her time, obviously, away without the baby because we don't want to drag the baby out. So, and it's not like she's doing a ton of shopping. So everything's weird now. So, we try to do the trade-off. But yeah, it's definitely good if they're going to go do something that's going to be time-consuming and they take all the kids, or at least the kids that are not self-sufficient, then I could get my runs in. So I was doing really good. If you notice, for a while, my son was having baseball practice 3 times a week for 2.5 hours. I was getting my runs in. Then it was super easy to get my miles in. But since everything's transitioned over to games, I can't run during the games because then I'll miss the game. So that's what's kind of made it hard also to get the mile. And it was kind of a perfect storm of not being able to get my workouts in, because not only was I not getting that set aside free time during practices, but also dealing with everything else. It was just everything all at once. But I'm getting back into it now. So yesterday was a rest day. Today should be a run day. I'm going to try to at least get 6 in. I'm dreading running this treadmill now. It has been squeaking, knocking, and I fixed some of the squeak. I went in, did a bunch of oiling and checking it out, but now it does whenever I run up towards the front of it. It does something that's knocks, and I cannot take repetitive sounds. It drives me insane. So I avoid the treadmill like the plague now, or like COVID. Frank said, hold on, let me make sure I'm missing some comments here. Frank said, also, it's good to run when they're doing their shtick. Okay, I have that. Recycle on Wednesday said, John, you've also mentioned making sure your wife gets time to pursue her interests. That seems important. That is a huge part of the stress that I have with getting stuff that I do, because again, it's not just my running, it's content creation. So it's okay, I sit in my living room and I go through my topics I'm going to be planning. I work on my scripts, the outlines of the scripts, and again, that's a full-time job, and I kid you guys not, I spend probably 30 to 40 hours a week throughout the day, spread across 7 days, doing YouTube content, whether it's planning it, writing it, filming it, editing it. It's quite consuming. So But that's okay because I'm usually sitting in the living room and I can watch the baby and she can go do stuff. But yeah, so when it comes to baseball, that takes me away with my son. So it's super important to allow your significant other to have their time too. You don't want anybody resenting you and all of the stuff, your interests because of that. So it's not just about trying to fit in my stuff. It's also allowing her to do her stuff also, which I want her to do. I want her to have, especially during this stuff. I mean, everything's new. All this pandemic's caused all this kind of mental health issue. And I don't mean it on the extreme sense, but like the depression and kind of every day seeming like an endless loop. It's like Groundhog Day every day. And just making sure people are able to pursue their interests is super important. Recycle on Wednesday said, John, you've also mentioned, okay, I just read that. Liam, you're on Strava. So Liam, find us on Strava. That's how you get us. Find us all there. Frank ran 160 miles the other week, which is just crazy. Frank said it was a virtual event thing, though. They were practically pushing me out the door. That's awesome. It's super nice when you have the full support of like your loved ones behind something you're doing. It makes it much easier. I know the mental aspect for me, when I'm doing anything that takes me away, I always carry this kind of guilt with me. And I always feel like rushed because I feel like I need to get back. So the times that my wife is really supportive of like me going out and running in the woods, and she's like, hey, I know you need to go out and just go knock yourself out, have fun. Well, don't literally knock yourself out because I've almost done that. But it makes it much more enjoyable to go do the runs when I know that she's supportive of it and it's not, she's not mad at me while I'm going to do it. Definitely is nice. John asks, what's your race, Frank? Is that running for 24 hours and seeing how much distance you can cover? I'll let Frank answer that. I think it was 25-ish hours. That's awesome. And that just reminds me, I cannot wait for my 24-hour race. How many loops can I get? How many miles can I travel in 24 hours? It's just such a cool concept. I like it. West Virginia Running Don said he runs his miles, his workouts in the afternoon. That's typically when I do. Bennett Marks said, night runs for me, they're the best. Sometimes they can be sketchy. Yeah, I'm not super sketched out by night runs, but here recently I am more than I probably would be. With all the events that have been going on around the world, I've never thought about it. There's a lot of things I think of now that I didn't think of before I went out on my runs, whether it be during the day or night. You just never know. People are unpredictable. And people's stress is high. People's reactions to things are extreme. And so there's a lot to consider there. But if you can run in the evening, like the other day I ran, so my 10 miler, I started at 6 because I was like, I'm tired of running in the 100-degree weather, so it was only like 90 something when I started. But the second half, I think the last 4 miles, the sun went down and it was a little bit cooler, and it's amazing how much more I can feel my fitness and how much it's improved when it's cool outside and the temperatures are reasonable. I mean, every workout I have now, the temperature feel is like 99 or 100. It's ridiculous. And the humidity is above 50 or 60%. It's crazy. But, the way I look at it is I'm just putting in all that work and it's just going to make it that much easier eventually. But it's tough. I mean, it's tough that every workout is ridiculous like that. Because, Strava is listing those workouts as like huge, hard, is a very hard workout when I'm not really running that hard. But because of the stress, the heat, and the heart rate, it's reading it as like a tempo run, which is not accurate. We get a new subscriber. Thank you, Matthew Smith. So welcome to the stream, Matthew, and thank you for subscribing. Thank you for Streamlabs for pointing that out. It's good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Liam said, I experimented a lot with running in the morning, but sometimes I feel sluggish. I end up feeling really good, so I can figure out if I like it or not. Agreed. I love running in the morning after I'm done. I don't always like it when I start off with the run. You know, the first 10 minutes of waking up and getting to the run, 10 or 15 minutes, is the toughest part. But once I get into it and I finish it, I feel good. But I'm not a super huge fan of how I feel running in the morning. It's just a weird. I'm more awake in the afternoon. You got to get used to it, and to me, it's going to be a matter of just overcoming it because it's going to be a necessity to get the miles in. This is going to be the only way I can see to move forward with what I want to do with the goals that I have and what I want to accomplish over the next year. John says, sounds really tough, Frank. Right up your street. Exactly. Frank's crazy with all those miles he puts in. Tasmania Running said, off topic for you northerners. It's snowing here this morning. First time I remember. It's snowing. That's crazy. In Australia? That's where you are, right? That's insane. In all sense of the word, that is cool. Frank said to John, man, it's a lot. A 4-mile loop. You can start and stop as much as you want. So you can go home and get dinner and sleep if you want. That's what's cool about the 24-hour race I am too. You can stop and you can quit it whenever you want. Stop for as long as you want within 24 hours. It makes it a fun race. Definitely those type of races are fun. John said, I'm doing the UK 3 Peaks Challenge this Friday. Well, good luck to you on that, John. Climbing the highest mountains in Scotland, England, and down to Wales under 24 hours. It's going to be epic. Look out for my elevation. So first off, your elevation is going to be crazy, but you need to make sure you do some video and pictures. And are you on Strava? If you're not on Strava, you need to get on Strava so that we can see that and post pictures, because that's going to be cool. I'm excited to see that. I can imagine that looks like a really cool place to run. So the views are going to be epic, like you said. Wayne said, I've switched to night running so I can social distance. Also helps because UK actually been hot recently, which is rare. Yeah, I mean, that's another benefit of running at night or in the morning. Either way is it being a lot cooler. Frank asked, what are they, Ben Nevis? Question mark? Nevis? I can't read that. Thank you for subscribing, Coffee with Cam. Thank you. Thank you, Streamlabs, for reminding me. It's good to see you, Coffee with Cam. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Motivation Theory Running. It's good to see you, or have you, or virtually see you. However you want to say it. It's happy hour here, so cheers. Tasmania Running said, I'm on an island at the southern end of Australia, the coldest part. That's weird. That's us in America. I just thought I didn't even know that it ever even snowed. Are you at elevation? Is that why? I guess if you are the southern part, that's weird. I didn't know that it ever snowed in Australia. That's interesting. See, I learned something today. Good. John said, yes, Frank. Ben Nevis, Scaffold Pike, and Mount Snowdon. Okay, I see what you guys are talking about. Frank said 10,000 foot at any rate. Joe Kern's in the house. Good to see you, Joe. Hello, John. Busy evening, so I'm just ducking in to give a thumbs up and then off to, guess you're off to work again. Did a half marathon race on Saturday, then another half on Sunday just for fun. I have to work on my back to back. Awesome. Well, it's good to see you, Joe. Thank you for stopping in, and thanks for thumbsing up the thumbing up the stream and reminding everyone to make sure you hit that thumbs up right now. That would be awesome. Appreciate it. Liam said, no beer. Sorry, no beer. Seltzer. Well, it's okay. You can drink whatever you want here. There's no judgment here. You just drink them if you have them. Wayne said, epic challenge. Good luck. Yeah, congrats on the back-to-back half marathons. That's awesome. Oh, before I forget everybody, I'm going to show you. So Mizuno sent me, you guys know I get shoes for review and stuff like that. I got a whole bunch back here that I run in. So, and it's tough for me because I have to get these shoes to 50 miles. I do an initial review and then I do a 50-mile review and usually a 100-mile review, and I've even done a 300-mile review. So I got 2 pairs. I got to run in, and I got some neutral shoes for those of you who are more in the neutral realm instead of the support shoes, which I run in a lot. I got the new, these are the, I can't read, I don't have my glasses on. The Wave Skynet, Wave Sky 4, the Wave Knit versions of the Wave Sky. These things look awesome. Let me show these things. So these are a neutral shoe. This is the Wave Sky. It's got the Mizuno Energy technology in it now. You know, they've done away with the wave plate in a lot of these shoes. So there's no wave plate. It's got the wave foam in here. They use these shapes to create the kind of same cushion environment as the wave plate in the other shoes that they have, like the Inspire. It's got the X-Pop, Euphoric. I don't know if this has the Euphoric and Euphoric X in it. I haven't looked at all the spec sheets, but it's got the Mizuno Energy, which I haven't read a ton about, but it's got the Wave Knit. But these things are a cool looking shoe. So that's the Wave Sky that I get to look at. And I also got the Wave Rider 24, which is, almost tipped over. This thing looks sweet too. So this is the Wave Rider 24. It's got the wave plate in it, but the material is kind of a engineered mesh. But look at the size of these holes in this thing. I don't know if you guys can see that. Super airy. I mean, you can see your foot through the size of the holes in this thing. So that's the Wave Rider 24, brand new. Both these shoes hot off the presses. This looks similar to the Wave Inspire, but obviously this is a neutral shoe, and I'm looking forward to running in both these shoes. I haven't run a lot in their neutral shoes. I've run in mostly their support shoes. I've done the Horizon 4 back there, the Inspire. So this will be the fourth shoe from Mizuno that I've reviewed this year. I'm looking forward to it. So, but I love the look of this shoe. Love the colors. I don't know if you can see that. The orange and the fluorescent green or yellow, whatever that is. Excited about that. So that's upcoming. I have to do those reviews, but I got to get them to the... I'm going to do the initial review, and then I'll do a 50-mile review to let you guys know. I've recently run again. I ran on the trails in the Hoka Speed Goat 4. They felt great. I know I kind of beat them up a little bit on the kind of the laminate around the edge coming off, but it's a great trail shoe. What else? What other shoe am I loving right now? The Horizon 4. I really love the Mizuno Wave Horizon 4. It's such a just really comfortable, super cushiony, super nice shoe. I love the Adrenaline 20, the Brooks Adrenaline 20, and the 19. So if you can get a 19 right now, I'd buy it up, especially if it's discounted. The 20 is super good. I only got 13 miles in the Enda. It's a super hot shoe, and I'm not running in this heat in that shoe. I'll break it back out in the winter and see how it does. Just kind of it's a very thick shoe. It's a super thick upper in it. So, so I'm rotating probably 4 or 5 shoes right now, which is nice. It's definitely nice to change things up. Is Kelly here? Welcome to the stream, Kelly. Let me catch back up here. I can't tell. Tasmania running. It looks like 2 people pulling their pants down, touching butts. I don't know what that. I don't know what that icon is. I'm just telling you from my point of view. It looks funny. It looks like 2 people going to get ready to go to the bathroom. John said, "Thanks, Wayne. I'll need it." Hi, Kelly, from John. If you're, oh, hey, Kelly, there you are. Frank said, Energy's foam. Yeah, so let me see. Mizuno Energy. Yeah, so I don't know. I got to look into. Typically, the Mizuno, especially the newer shoes, will have the X-Pop foam, and they'll still have Euphoric and Euphoric X foam surrounding the shoe. That's surrounding the outsole here. So I don't see that they have, usually Euphoric and Euphoric X will be labeled somewhere on it. So I don't know if the Mizuno Energy is a separate technology now that they've put in here, but I think it is. I think it's a new one that they've said is even better than the other technologies they put in it. So this shoe I think runs like $160. So it's one of their plush higher end shoes, maybe 160, 170. It's like the Wave Horizon 4 was a $160 shoe. I think the Wave Rider 24 is more like the Inspire. It's like 130, I think. So this does have the Wave plate in it. So, but I believe both those are neutral shoes. So stand by. Reviews are incoming. The initial reviews. Kelly, welcome to stream, Kelly. Good to see you. Kelly said, "I'm with Frank and Wayne, but as a female runner, I make sure my non-running husband has his time, whether it's doing a hobby or hanging with the guys." I like that, Kelly. Yeah, I think everybody needs to be their own person and have their time to do things they need to do. And I think to have a healthy relationship, you need to make sure that the other one is getting their needs met also. Running can be a very selfish sport, just because it can take up so much time, and if a lot of us are addictive personalities, and we're only going to get more and more into running. I don't know if there's a ton of people that are like, I'm fine with running 8 miles a week. It's going to be something that progresses and takes up more and more time as you're training for things. That's what I mean kind of in a selfish sport, that it's not usually going to get less unless you stop running. And it takes up time. So I think it's good. It's behooves all of us to make sure that we do everything we can to give the other person time. Tasmania running. Oh wait, Kelly said, "Hey John, checking back into the feed to see what challenge you're up to." Is that different John or me, John? I don't know what challenge I'm up to yet. Tasmania running said, "You should see if they'll swap out your speed goats. That peel is a known manufacturing flaw." Yeah, Tasmania running. I had somebody comment on one of the video. I think the video that I did, and they said they called them and they got a new one sent. I think I bought mine on Amazon, so I can't even remember. So I have to go back and figure out where I got it from, and see if they would even do that at this point. I don't know if you get it through Running Warehouse, if they honor that, or if it's actually Hoka. I'll call Hoka and see what Hoka's going to say. But it's one of those things that it doesn't really bother me a lot. It's just the aesthetic of it. So it's a time trade-off. But I should probably do it so I can let people know what Hoka will say. Because that'd be a good video, right? If I call Hoka and they tell me to kind of suck an egg and deal with it when I paid that much for their shoe. Bennett Mark says, "Is it weird going from one shoe to another?" I think when I first started doing it, it was, because typically I was somebody that would buy a shoe and I'd buy like 5 pairs, and I would run in just those shoes. I find what works, and then I would just kind of stick with it. No, now doing what I do, it's kind of a learning event. So when I put on a new pair of shoes, I'm looking at things differently now, because I do reviews and I want to talk about the shoe and be able to kind of inform you all and people who are interested in this type of content. I'm looking at a lot of different things in the shoe now. So there's part of me that wants to just lay something up and put on something that's familiar, and there's part of me that also enjoys the different, which is weird because they're shoes, so you think they can't be that different, but they are. There's a lot of difference in shoes. So when you're dealing with things like the upper, you're dealing with your medial support and your lateral support. Neutral shoes feel more squishy, so if you're somebody that needs support, the shoe will feel more squishy to the inside. The upper, how stretchy is the toe box? This toe box around this shoe feels loose, so I'm feeling in the size of these holes on here, so I'm probably going to get a lot of airflow through the shoe, which is nice in this heat. Things like that. How well does the shoe lock down? What's the foot feel like? How is the insole? How's the outsole? How's the grip on the bottom of the shoe? Like all these things you don't really think a lot about. I'm thinking about all of those things so that I can review them. So To answer your question, it's kind of cool. I love shoes, just like I love books. So getting new shoes is super exciting to me. It's like I'm like a kid in a candy store. Never have would I have thought in a million years I'd be doing this with shoes, and it's kind of cool. So you have to kind of build up to it. So if you're somebody who is a super hard pronator, it's going to be hard to do reviews on shoes that are neutral. So I have a pretty neutral gait. I like support shoes just because that's what I choose to run in, but I can also run in neutral shoes, which makes it nice for me to be able to do both. I know there's some other folks that do reviews who don't like support shoes. They don't like running in them, and they hurt them. So they only really typically do Nike and kind of some of the huge brands that everybody buys. I don't really do Nike. I'm not a big fan of Nike, so I just typically stay away from Nike shoes. But I'm glad that I can kind of run in any kind of shoe. I just talked a lot about that. That was weird. Let me catch back up here. Kelly said, "Holy crap, John! Epic." You're probably talking about the shoe. Tasmania running set elbow bump. I like the butt bump better. It does look like a butt bump. Is that me? I just can't. I can't see it any other way now. It literally looks like two guys or two gals, one in a green shirt, one in a red shirt, and they're doing a butt bump. I don't. Oh, that's funny. Tasmania said, or Kelly says, Tasmania, I like the butt bump better. That would be a running thing there. Arlene M, welcome to the stream, Arlene. Good to see you. Said hi, just back from Farewell Asias 10K outside. Oh, wow, cool. Oh, you just ran a 10K? Nice. 10K is like one of my favorite races. 10K, half marathon, but 10K is probably... I would love to run like a 10K every other week, like in an actual race. I just love that distance. Tasmania Running said, haha, now I just can't unsee it. It's a butt bump. It is. I can't see it the other way now. Maybe if I had my glasses on and I was closer, I'd see the elbow bump. Oh, that's funny. Frank said, it's a better hobby for relationships than heroin. Running? Yeah, running is better for your relationship than hard drugs. Absolutely. I recommend running. Kelly's asked Arlene how to go. Yeah, Kelly, how to go? Is it hot where you are? You're in Maryland, right? I believe so. I'm always trying to remember where everybody is. It's been hot, but it's been rainy here. But right now it's super humid outside because it rained, and now the sun's out, at least where I am. John said, I would like to try the Hoka's. They look so comfortable. The Hoka Speedgoat 4s are super comfortable. They are a neutral shoe. So one of the things I had to kind of overcome when you talk about switching shoes, those feel a little mushier to the inside. So if you're a neutral runner, it will probably feel okay. If you're somebody who typically runs in support shoes, depending on how hard you pronate, I don't pronate super hard, so it's not like a super gush. Super gush, this technical term. Like I don't feel super gushy to the medial side of your step. 10 years ago, when I put on a neutral shoe, it felt really, really bad to me when I would wear neutral shoes. My legs have just gotten stronger, so I don't pronate so much anymore. But I would go to a store and try them on first, or at least buy them from a place that would let you try them on. If you can send them back if you don't like them, if you're somebody who needs a support shoe. But I run in them; they're fine. The thing I love so much about the Speedgoat 4s is how grippy they are. Like I feel like I can just fly over every technical surface on the trails that I run. Like I don't feel like I'm gonna slip. I don't feel anything like that. So it's awesome. Yeah, I'm just pushing all the shoes today. And I love getting shoe questions. So please feel free. on my videos. If you watch, send me shoot questions. I don't even care if it's about the video. Just you can send them in any video. Is Goku Runner in here? Hey Goku. It's weird is I'm watching my screen is the black screen, so the blue from the wrenches I can't read. So hey Goku, what's going on? So Arlene said. So I'm gonna catch back up here. Back up. So, Lonnie Joss Sr. said, my goats haven't fell on my I haven't fell on my face since I got them. Well, that's good. That's good. You love your goats. I got it. They're good. Yeah. And if you run it, they make you super confident. Maybe a little too confident. The other day I was flying on the trails in a couple sections. I thought I should slow down, but you know what? I was enjoying it. Wayne said, I run in the Mizuno Wave Hyatt series. Great all-around shoe, but I burn through soles because I will run in them on the road as well. Trails, I don't judge me. Hey, no judging, Wayne. You know, I ran in the Wave Inspires, the whole series. I ran in those on the trails too. I run ultra marathons, trail ultra marathons in the Wave Inspire series. That's why I push them so hard. They're super durable. They're a great shoe, and they're tough, and they don't get tore up. I ran in the trails probably to a fault in them. So yeah, I believe it's good to have good equipment, specifically made equipment for stuff, but it doesn't mean you can't ever wear like something like this. I mean, this outsole's not super aggressive. I'm just trying to look at these. See, I probably wouldn't run on either one of these because of the lugs. There's not really an aggressive lug pattern on these, but there are some that are not too bad. What works is what works. Frank said, neither of the Hokas I've run in were comfortable. Yeah, if you're somebody who likes a lot of the foot feel, like I really enjoy like the Wave Horizon 4s. If you've seen my review on that, I really feel connected to the ground and the road. If you're somebody who likes a little bit more minimal of a stack height, you're not going to enjoy Hokas. I didn't know if I was going to like it. I didn't know. I mean, I run in stuff that has higher stack height, but they can be foamy feeling, and just having that stack height can kind of be weird, but it didn't bother me at all. So I know some people who are used to running in flats and stuff probably won't like them. Arlene said, it was humid, hills, and heat. Had to walk a lot. Yeah, that's been my life here recently too in Virginia. It's just nothing but hills. I mean, it's almost funny now. I feel bad every time I post on Strava. I feel like I'm complaining. But it's like 100 degrees every time I run, and it's just kicking my butt every day. Goku Runner's here. He said, what up, John and everybody? It's good to see you, Goku. Goku Runner, you wearing the matching shorts? I am not. I am wearing matching shorts. Oh, I don't know. Are these matching? I don't know. But these are darker blue. They're blue. Running shorts. Sometimes I feel self-conscious when wearing the shorts too, because I'm too matchy, and I know if I come on the live stream, Kelly will make fun of me, my wife will make fun of me, and then I'll feel bad, even though I secretly like wearing both of the top and the matching shorts. So thank you to Mizuno for sending me the outfit, the ensemble. It's beautiful. And the shoes. I got the matching shoes too. They sent me a pair of Mizuno Wave Inspire 16 Wave Knit, the blue Wave Knits that match this. They sent me, so that's also nice. It's super matchy. If they had a hat, I'd wear the hat and the glasses and the socks. Let's just get real here. I'm wearing it all. Now I lost my place. West Virginia running Don said, I ran another virtual last weekend. Oh, he's talking to Goku. It scrolled up on me. Kelly said, that's too bad, Frank. Was it the thick padding. I love the Cliftons now too. Yeah, I'm gonna get a pair of Cliftons, Kelly. I think that's gonna be my next purchase. Is a pair of Cliftons. I can't get Hoka on board. I gotta get Hoka to send me shoes because it gets expensive. What virtual did you run, Don? I don't know if I saw that. Did you document it? I don't know. I didn't see it pop up. If you did. Kelly said, Arlene M. Ugh, but better than sitting on the couch. Absolutely. That is 100% true. Mickey said, I seem to have lost my drive to run right now. I think I need to reset myself. I'm going to keep the miles down for a couple of weeks. Yeah, Mickey, if you were here, guys, remind me, I think it was last week, last Tuesday, I talked about that. Like, I took pretty much off 3 weeks. I think I ran once in 3 weeks. And it was just kind of a lot of things. It was stress and just kind of needing to reset and, yeah, just dealing with a lot of stuff. I mean, it's kind of hard to stay motivated in this environment where races are canceled. And, yeah, so, I mean, it's completely fine. I think it's good. I think you need to set a set time of how long you're going to take off and kind of what the plan going into it is, what you're going to do during it. I think you should probably still stick to doing some sort of cross training and kind of have an idea of when you're going to come out of it, because, and I think I talked about this last time. I think Kelly can back me up on this. I think I was scared when 1 week went by because I didn't set a plan. I didn't know how long I was going to stop. It was kind of by feel. And 1 week went by, and then I think I ran once, and then I didn't feel great because I think I got sick. And then another week went by, and then I really started to worry, like, oh no, is this going to be like it was 2 years ago when I stopped running, when I kept telling myself, I'm going to run again, and it just, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then you're a month in, and then now you're losing fitness significantly quicker than normal once you hit that like 1 month mark. And then you just you get out of it. Then 1 month turns into 2 to 3, and then, you turn around and it's been a year. Like, you don't want that to happen. So I think having a good plan, I think staying active somewhat, maybe saying I'm only going to run once a week, maybe a long, like kind of just like a 10 miler on a Sunday or something like that, a super slow one. Just do something that keeps you in it, because, I don't know if you're like me. I worry that it's going to turn into kind of a 1 or 2 year hiatus from running again, just because it's happened to me. And I have a running channel. It just weird. Life takes over, and the world right now is way different than it was 2 years ago. And it's very easy to kind of look at everything and say, you know what, in the midst of all of this stuff, is this that important? Should I just stop doing it? And you don't want to do that. West Virginia Running Don said, I also climbed a mountain and then ran back down. Isn't that the lyrics for Landslide? Climb the mountain and turn around. Am I imagining things? You give me song lyrics, Don? Arlene M said, Kelly, better than a year ago. I had a broken foot last year in August. I'm in Maryland. Yeah, so you're north of me. So it's been hot nonstop, just oppressive hot where we are. Tasmania Running said, great, you're back on your feet. Absolutely. Kelly said, Wayne Mullen, judging you. Just kidding. Like today, I wear road shoes when I think it's just a road run, then wind up on the trails anyway. Absolutely. I think the only time it really comes into play a lot is when it's wet, or you're doing super rocky kind of flat face rocks with sand on it. Wet. Where I run, I have every kind of trail surface you could think of, from gravel to kind of plush to single track to super technical rocky and rooty stuff. Like, so I can kind of pick where I'm going to run. And the time that I slid into the, if you guys go back and watch the video where I, during the winter where I slid into the freezing river, is because I was wearing an old pair of Wave Inspires that the tread was kind of worn down. I didn't want to go ruin a good pair of shoes that I had. So I didn't wear the appropriate shoes, and I stepped out on the rocks and slid down the face and tore myself up pretty good. So just be smart about it, but you can get away with definitely wearing road shoes that have a little bit more of aggressive lugs on them than normal. West Virginia Running Don said speed goats are great to run in. Absolutely, I agree. Goku Runner, how did we get wrenches? You have never noticed that I did that? I did that. I modded you guys a long time ago. That's a moderator. So the blue wrenches are a moderator. You're able to keep the masses in check. But luckily we have a very good, calm, appropriately behaved chat room here, so you guys don't have to do too much. But as the channel grows, and that's the plan, as the channel grows and these live streams grow, there could be, you know, a lot more people in here. That some people just pop in because what YouTube does is it's going to throw the stream out in front of people, even though they're not subscribed. They'll come in and they'll say dumb things, and you see it in other streams. And the mods have to kind of jump in and kind of squash that, because when I'm waxing poetic and just running my mouth, sometimes it's hard for me to see someone saying something stupid or inappropriate or spamming the chat room. And we don't have that problem here, so the mods don't have to do a ton except sit there and look pretty. That's all you got to do. Oh, I'm trying to catch back up. It keeps scrolling up on me. Kelly said, Arlene, I'm so glad you're healed. Absolutely. I'm happy you are too. Any residual issues? John said, I've noticed the more I run on the trails, the less I enjoy running on tarmac. Yeah, it is. Trails will do that to you. And the more you run on outside, the less you want to run on a treadmill. And that's where I've been here. I've been running a ton outside, so I want to spend less and less time on the treadmill. But if I could run every run on the trail, I would do it. I would do it in a heartbeat. Kelly said, I really hate the roads now, though it's pretty much all I did in my 20s. Age brings wisdom. It does. I try to explain it to people who talk about running and they're like, oh, I can't run. And if you guys didn't see my last video, I did a video on kind of helping runner's knee and dealing with the pain. So if you haven't seen it, make sure you go watch it. Click like right now too while you're here. I'm just going to get all of the bugging you guys out of the way. So hit like right now, and then after this video, go watch that one. So I talk about your knee pain and kind of what's categorized as runner's knee. And I think this is what, you know, I'm sure as runners, you always know people that say, oh, I can't run, you know, I have bad knees, or, you know, running is bad for your knees. And what they don't realize, it's, you know, running knee pain it comes from imbalances in the muscle groups and weaknesses and things like that in the muscle groups, and or doing too much too quickly, or being overweight. And there's a lot of reasons for that. It's a misalignment of your kneecap and the tracking of your knee. And that's why people have knee pain. It's not because running's bad. It's because the act of running can create those imbalances if you don't take care of yourself. So I always try to tell people, like, I don't believe you. And they get mad because I just don't believe everyone has bad knees. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Our bodies were designed to move the way that they do. They're designed to run. You've done certain things to your knees. Now, not everybody. I know people who have knee replacement, so I get it. So don't beat me up for that. But I think there's a lot of things you can do to help yourself, and running on the trails is one of those. If it's a lot less impact on your knees, you can take it easy. That's why I got into running ultras. It's a lot less impact and it's slower. It's 100% better. John said, true words, Kelly. Absolutely. Arlene said, I have both Speedgoat 3 and Mizuno Horizon. You might also try Topo, Ultra Venture, or MTN Racer. Some suggestions from Arlene everyone can look into. Kelly said, what was that name of the greatest American hero who crash landed? That's what the whole outfit reminded me of. Dang it, Kelly. No, it doesn't. I can't remember. What was it the guy with the curly blonde hair? The Greatest American Hero? I remember that show when I was a kid. I don't know. I can't remember. Frank said, Kelly, both of the Hokas I wore were quite firm. Mach 2 and Carbon X. The uppers and fit just didn't agree with me tremendously. Huh. I haven't tried the Carbon X, so I can't speak to that. West Virginia Running Don said, my virtual run was for a local race. I got first in my age grade. Well, congrats, Don. Congratulations. I've gotten some age groups before. It always makes me feel proud. Frank said, congrats, West Virginia Running Don. Kelly said, John, what's your last name so I can differentiate? I was so worried for you. I do the same thing. You're one of the first channels I found when I rediscovered my motivation. My name's Motivation and Theory of Running. So technically, would my last name be Running? I'm just kidding. I'm glad you found the channel, and I'm glad, and thank you for the feedback on some of the videos. That's awesome. Just so you guys know, anytime you watch a video and you feel like making a comment about like what worked or what didn't work, it's not gonna hurt my feelings. I actually kind of like that. It gives me feedback. So you know, Kelly's always great about making me feel better about my videos, because believe it or not, you know, it's something I stress about. I put a lot of time into these things, especially with the video that I released today. I probably put 6 to 8 hours into beforehand, from the planning stages to scripting it out, filming, editing, doing all that stuff. It's a long process. So, you know, they're like my children. When I release them into the world and I see them not do well, it sucks. It does, because it's like, wow, you know, I'm constantly feel like I'm trying to feed the YouTube algorithm here. Like, what does YouTube want me to do? And that's the hard part about being a content creator. And I see a lot of other content creators complaining about that now too, that we feel like we're just constantly dealing with YouTube, just doing what YouTube wants, chasing what YouTube wants. I try to balance that. I try to balance the content that I create that I know is for discovery. It's for bringing new folks into the channel, and balancing what you all who are part of the channel and always part of the channel. So sometimes I feel like there's a disconnect. Like, I make stuff that you guys are like, it makes me think you guys are like, why is he making that? Because you may not care, but I'm trying to make content that is more diverse and brings in, you know, newer runners or people who have never found the channel before. So when you see things that maybe not connect directly to you, it's because I'm creating that type of content. There's a couple different types of content. So you have the content that is discoverable content to bring new people in, and you create content for your current subscriber. You guys get the inside jokes. You guys get, especially the update. So the update videos, I typically do those for those of you who are following me, who kind of know me. And so I create that for that. But funny, with those videos, those bring in a lot of new people. So I don't know what I'm doing. Arlene M said, a lot of road runners seem obsessed with speed and time. Oh, hold on one second. Maybe I missed one. Mickey said, thanks, John. I will keep active and take it from there. Short runs for a bit. Yeah. Do what you need to do to stay on top of things. You know, you don't want to stop completely without a plan. Don said, thanks, Kelly. It was a small race, but I'll take it. Goku Runner said, I got my eye on you, Frank. Kelly said, very cool, John. I'm honored. So when we get WW hot chicks under... I don't even want to read that. I'm going to get that flagged. Exactly. When you have all the people... No, typically, I have my channel set up so that it catches kind of the cuss words and the links and stuff like that. But you'll have people that come in and just say dumb stuff. They do it on all streams. It's not me specifically, but you guys can kind of right click. There's the 3 dots on the right hand side, and you can put them in timeout. You can hide them. You can do all kinds of things when people are getting a little bit rowdy. Arlene M said, a lot of road runners seem obsessed with speed and time. Now that I'm running more trails, I don't worry about it as much about my pace. Yeah, see Arlene, you touched on a good point. So I don't concentrate a lot on speed as much. So with Strava, it seems like that's kind of where it is. I guess Strava creates the environment for competitiveness. But I've learned to kind of just not worry about that. And I don't worry about it as much since getting into ultra marathons, because I do run slower, typically, because that's what I'm not training for tons of speed. And that kind of transfers over to the road too. Like, I don't care about taking, an hour and 45 minutes to run 10.5 miles or 10 miles on the road. I just don't care. Could I push harder? Yeah, I can go out and push harder, but it's 100 degrees. So I just kind of learned to deal with the ego side of that, especially knowing it's going to get posted to Strava. When I go on the trails, I don't care about speed, because typically I'm out there and I'm running and I'm filming. So every time I go out to the trails, I'm filming. So I'm stopping at the river and I'm filming B-roll. And so my runs are broken up a lot more. But I think there is a large aspect of a part of the community that is obsessed with kind of speed and equating being a good runner with speed, rather than understanding that not everybody is about that. So it is. I mean, I think and I've let it get to me sometimes. I turn it up just to show people on Strava that I can run fast if I want to. But I don't care a whole lot. I really don't. But I am impressed by people who can. It is impressive when I see somebody who runs. Like, I am impressed with Kafusi and how quickly he can run some of the stuff he runs, which makes me sometimes like, I wish I'd get back into speed and start pushing a little bit. But it is what it is. I'm going to work on it a little bit here and there, but I'm not going to stress it too much. I just love running. I'm getting my phone's blowing up. Everybody's all worried about the hurricane. So I'm getting all kinds of, you guys okay? And I'm like, it's sunny. We're fine. Kelly said, oh, I bit the bullet and joined vert.run. I'm doing the 4-week trail foundations plan. Today was day 2. Loving it so far. Oh, that's cool. I have not heard of that. West Virginia Running Don said, great way of thinking, Arlene. I'm the same way. Get the distance without worrying about time. Yeah, I mean, there's a time to worry about speed. And there's a time of just getting out there and running. Like, as I've aged, I've just kind of want to enjoy running a lot more than caring so much about everything else. Because running is an enjoyable thing. If it gets to the point where I'm stressing so much, it's not fun. I don't want to do it. John said, watch Don's 50K and made it look so smooth. Great work. Absolutely, he did a great job. Kelly said, I got second in age group before I went to the timing van and insisted they recheck the results, insisting it wasn't me. And it was. They laughed at me. That's funny. Kelly said, honestly, John, running your latest knee video was awesome. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that. Wayne said, totally get the trail versus road argument. I now hop on any bit of grass, dirt, or anything that isn't hard tarmac by the side of the road. It feels better and protects the knees more. Absolutely. And Mickey said, I agree with you, John. West Virginia Running Don is smooth. Look at that, John. Don, you're smooth. I like it. Goku Runner said, for sure, definitely a hard balance to bring searchable content versus content for watch time, which for me are reviews. My reviews aren't big fans of my viewers aren't big fans of my reviews. Yeah, so that is the balance. So I know when I'm going to be doing the reviews on the shoes that Mizuno sent me, if you don't like Mizuno, you're not going to care. So that's going to be searchable content. You know, when I do stuff on my watches or nutrition, some people care, some people don't. When I talk about ultra marathon stuff, not everybody runs ultra marathons. It is a balance. So it kind of a weird balance to constantly worry about. And I know Goku Runner knows, because he's somebody who creates content even more than I do. You're probably almost daily, if not daily. I start feeling the stress of having to create daily content, because it seems like YouTube only pushes my content if I'm constantly creating it. So this, it's cyclical. If I release some content, YouTube will start pumping my videos out in front of everybody. And if I go 4 days without producing a video, everything starts to go down again. It's just like, holy smokes, can I just have a break? And then I have to unlist these videos that I do. I was leaving these live. I've opened them up again, because then what YouTube will do is it will show like some of my normal content, and then it will recommend one of these live streams to somebody. And nobody wants to sit here and watch an hour-long live stream if you don't even know who I am. I don't think. I don't know. It's crazy. YouTube's a weird place. West Virginia Run said, thanks, guys. Recycle on Wednesday said, I do the same because I can't get to trails easily right now. The variety helps, I think. Absolutely. Mickey said, I have one speed, slow. Hey, welcome to the club. Depending on the distance, I am the same way. Goku Runner said, I'm trying to run to keep running long term. I agree with that sentiment. I have friends that are faster than I am at pretty much every distance, but they don't run a lot. They're just fast, and they go out and then they hurt themselves. They'll go out and blow past me. They'll go run a JFK 50 and they'll beat me, and they're super proud of that. And I'm like, well, I'm going to be doing these for the rest of my life. You run and all your toenails fall off and you're injured after every one. So I'd rather say that I ran 20 JFK 50s than I ran 1 or 2 super fast. Unless you win it. Maybe it'd sound cooler to say I won the JFK 50 one time, but I don't know. Kelly said, I'm not fast anymore. I've accepted it. I figure I'll work on distance instead. Yeah, that's the transition I did. Arlene said, beginning runners don't understand that walking is okay, especially in ultramarathons. I agree, Arlene. That's why I made a video on that. I made a video on walking in ultramarathons. So if you haven't seen that video, you guys could check it out. I talk about the theory and the mindset of walking. Mickey said, same here, Goku. John said, I do miss the park runs for my speed work. Some speed work is fun. I enjoy running hills and stuff like that. I do enjoy it. Believe me, there's part of me that still wants to go fast, but I just have to balance that with everything else. West Virginia Running Don said, talking about speed, it felt good running some faster 5Ks when I was getting ready for the Goku 5K. It does. I've had fun training for I've run some mile repeats and things like that. It felt really good to do that. It feels good to go fast. Believe me, it really does. There's nothing wrong with it. Wayne said, I live by a river with a trail route. It's basically a cycle track for walkers, cyclists, etc., but it has equestrians on it too, so they'll tear the trail up. So I run on the grass and avoid the horse poop. Yeah, the horses will tear a trail up. Mark Jones said, but you're crushing it anyways, John. Thank you, Mark. If you're talking to me, John. Mickey said, is there a silver Clydesdale category? Yeah, I think I won that. Oh, I see that on Strava. When they start talking about the weight classes, I'm like, oh, look at me. All the big boys. I'm winning. Kelly said, as a horse girl, I apologize for the poop. Kelly, we're not going to get mad about where you poop. It's okay. There truly isn't anything we can do about it, or we would. Are you talking about you guys or the horses, Kelly? You got to clarify that for me. Goku said 3 to 4 times a week but that's starting to stress me out. Probably slow down some. Yeah, it does. It does. It's stressful. I think most people don't even understand, if you're not a content creator, how stressful it is to be a content creator. It really is. It's not as easy as it looks. Wayne said, I like meeting the horse people, very friendly, and I always stop running and walk until I pass them so I don't spook the horses. We share the pass and should be respectful of each other. Absolutely. John said, is anyone else scared of running past cattle? I am. Running past deer and all kinds of stuff. It scares me sometimes. I don't know how they're going to react. Kelly said, Wayne, thanks for that. One of my farm ladies had a terrible fall a month ago when an ATV zoomed by, just slowing down and saying hello helps horses know you're not hunting them. Yeah, that's crazy. I hope she's okay, Kelly. That's tough. Mickey said, not so much as cattle, but I get some weird looks from deer sometimes. Yeah, I've run into some deers on base that have, I mean, it's been like 30 deer standing in the middle of a path, and they don't even move because they're tame. Like they're not scared of people. They're not hunted. So like you run through them, and I'm like, well, you're supposed to run away, and they're just like standing there like I'm coming through their territory, which I am. But it's kind of weird because I don't know if the bucks are going to come after me. I've run during the rut. It could be dangerous. Wayne said, John, it depends on the time of year. I hate being near cows, cowpost calves, if they're mental when in early mother phase. Read the room, as they say. Absolutely. Kelly said, John, I'm a big proponent of humans pooping off the trail. Okay, good. I'm glad you clarified. I don't know. You could be a secret trail pooper. I don't know. I see some stuff on the trails. You just never know who's out there. That may be what that icon that was posted, that emoji earlier. Could be, pooping buddies out on the trail. Recycle on Wednesday said, John, I've never run past unfenced cattle. I can see why it would be unnerving, though. When I've run past the fields, they run towards me. It could be fun, though, like when a calf ran with me. That's awesome. Frank said, the cattle here are free range, bulls and calves, and everything just wandering around for millions of acres. That's crazy. They terrify me. Recycle on Wednesday said, have you had a deer click at you? That's stressful. I don't know if I've had a deer click at me. I don't know. Yeah, I'll take deer over snakes, though. Definitely. All right. Well, it looks like it's 6:16 Eastern time. Went over our time. If you're in here, please make sure you hit that thumbs up. I appreciate all of you hanging out. Again, I'm going to be continuing to do these every Tuesday at 5 unless I have a game. Today I was actually supposed to have a game with my son, a baseball game, not me personally. I know that confuses people when I talk about having a game. They think it's me. No, it's my son. He does travel ball. I've coached for like 8 years. I'm not coaching him now, but we were supposed to have a game tonight. It was canceled because of the rain. So I didn't even, I was waiting to see if it was going to be canceled before I canceled this. So unless a game comes up, I'm going to be doing these every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Going to continue to do that. I have videos coming up. If you haven't caught up on my videos, there's a bunch that have been released recently. You guys can look forward to the, what is it? We got the Wave Rider 24. Try not to fall over in this chair. And the Wave Skynet 4. The reviews are going to be coming on those. If there's any shoes you guys would like to see me do that you're interested in, you can definitely send me a message in any one of the videos. I'll take a look at it and see what I can do. If there's any content, topics, or anything you would like me to do, you can always send me a message. Again, my motivation, my email is motivationtheoryjohn@gmail.com, something like that. You go to my channel and click on About Me, you'll find the email. You can send them to me. I'll try to do the best I can to get those done. I appreciate all of you. It's good to hang out with all of you. This is definitely something I enjoy doing each week. Yeah. I'm glad you have non-venomous snakes, Kelly. I think mostly we do have copperheads here, though. It's good to see everyone. Big love from the UK. Thanks, Wayne. Frank. See who's everybody's. Well, let me see who's here. So we got Arlene, we got Frank, we got Kelly, Mickey, Recycle on Wednesday, Wayne. I know Goku Runner was in here. That's who it's showing right now. So thank you all very much. Please make sure you hit that thumbs up on the way out. It's good seeing all of you. And I will see you next Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Be safe, everyone. And as always, you got to run, rest, and repeat. Be safe. I appreciate that, Kelly. Your favorite night of the week. Appreciate that. Thanks, Don. Thanks, John. Recycle on Wednesday. Mickey, Wayne, Arlene, all of you. You guys rock.